What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your boy, Judge Jungle, with another Judge Jungle show. And I'm coming at you with another Judge Jungle show. I am always live on this 5th day of June in the year of our Lord, 2025. What is going on? I know I'm going to do that. All right, all right. I forgot one thing. Anybody, if you have dollar and cents, if you have a way to contact dollar and cents, please tell him I'm on live. He's on a docket, and I wanted him to be here, but I forgot to text him the link. So if anybody know dollar and cents, please reach out to him with the share the show to him. Tell him we're on live. I can't do anything on this device right here anymore until this show's over with. Because if I do anything, it's going to mess the whole audio up and everything. We're going to have a number of problems. So let's get started with today's docket. You look on the bottom line, that's the results of last week's night court. So I'm going to give you the rundown for today's docket. Here we go. Y'all should be seeing it on your screen right now, and that's the order I'm going with. I might have to issue a continuance to one of the people on that docket because they're not here today. The family member got into an accident, so we're gonna pray for that member that's not on here today. Please pray for his family and whatnot. Just let me give y'all a little reminder before I get started. I am not your friend. I am Judge Jungle. I don't care what you did for me in 2014, insert laugh track. I don't care if you saved my dog in 2018. I am Judge Jungle. I am not Jungle Brother. I am Judge Jungle, and this is a place where justice meets the docket. Insert applause. Another thing, if you got a problem with any of my decisions, you can appeal at any time. You can appeal. And you know what that happens? You know what happens when you appeal? That would put a pause on my ruling. Okay? That would put a pause on my ruling. Everybody is entitled to habeas corpus. Habeas corpus means your day in court. You know what I'm saying? I need to explain to you what your charges are. So if you want a docket and I have not sent you anything of your charges, then you're free to go. But if I sent you anything and you replied back, that means you have been served. Now, before I get started, let me remind you, this is a courtroom. Please behave yourself in that chat room. Please behave yourself in that chat room, because if you act unruly in the chat room, you will find yourself on the docket. Capiche? Comprende? All right, let's go. We're going to get started. As you can see on the bottom line, the order we're going to go in. And if Dollar and Cents is not present in the chat room, I'm going to offer him. I'm going to put a bench warrant out for Dollar and Cents. Please insert laugh track. It's not my fault. It's not my duty to send Dollar an alert. He got the audio. He got everything I sent him this morning. He know he's on the dock. So there's no excuse for him not to be here. But in his defense, he sent an audio file. So technically, he's here. He sent me a disposition. So I can't issue that bench warrant if he's not in that chat. So let me go ahead and check myself. All right, let's get this thing going. What I'm going to do is explain the charges, and then I'm going to play their disposition. I'm going to play their disposition, and when I play their disposition, that's going to be their rebuttal. Okay. Now the thumbnail is not the order. Let me try this one more time. I keep reminding myself to loop it so it'll stay up there. All right, here we go. All right. Order dockets on the bottom line. Do not look at the thumbnail. That's not the order. We're going to start with dollar and cents. Dollar and cents is first up on the docket. And dollar and cents on Monday, he came on the Chief Rocker Jersey Vern recap show. And he pretty much, I could do that in my courtroom. I could say pretty much. I don't have to be all factual. I don't have to quote. He pretty much, I mean, when I say pretty much, that's me throwing butt on it. Dollar pretty much threatened the New York Knicks fans. Said if we come his way, he will have something for us. Pretty much throwing terroristic threats. And not only is Dollar threatening Knicks fans, he is dollar and cents. All his teams suck. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns, insert lab track. All of them suck. So why is he gonna come on the #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern show and show out? Hey, everybody in the chat, I see you in there. DJ 12, PNP, Mocha, DJ Chuck, King Roy, who's the first one in here. I see everybody. I don't want to bog the show down. Mad Knox, I don't want to bog the show down. Doing intros, we're going to get this thing started. And I will highlight the chat on the app before I go out. Okay, when I sign off, everybody, don't go nowhere, because that's when you're going to see all the comments I highlighted. So when I sign off, don't go nowhere, because then you're going to see chat messages that I can't highlight right now. Dollar and cents sent threatening messages to the Knicks fans. Think you know it all regarding Knicks fans. Ain't watched not one Knicks fan. You know what I'm saying? So dollar and cents, I'm hitting them with contempt. I'm hitting them with using terroristic threats against Knicks fans, disrespecting Knicks fans. Not only is it a crime to disrespect the Knicks fans, we are the most studious fans in the world. We know what we're talking about. We don't get rowdy. We don't get bombastic. We always remain respectful. Why are you going to threaten us? And why is there so much vitriol toward Knicks fans? We ain't won a championship since the 90s, early 2000s. Why is there so much hate for the New York Knicks fans? I don't know. Let me be quick with Dollar. I'm gonna play his disposition. I'm gonna play Dollar disposition, and then I'm gonna play Dollar disposition because I'm gonna rule on. Here we go with Dollar disposition. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear Dollar. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear Dollar. Oh, I gotta find out first. Give me a second. All right, I'm playing them now.
Okay, Judge Jungle Brother, here's my rebuttal to your flimsy New York Knicks summons to your Jungle Kangaroo Court. First off, you can't accuse somebody or summon them to court when you have their wrong name. So I don't know who Dollar Cents is. My name is Dollars and then the letter N Cents. Cents. Dollars. The letter N is in Nancy. Cents. So you have the wrong person. So therefore, technically, I should not even have to go to court or appear. But that's the one reason why this should be thrown out. The second reason is this. Your own New York Knicks organization just fired your coach, right? After, 5 successful seasons? Fired his ass, okay? And the reason they fired him is probably because the same reason in Chicago. His same MO. He ruined Derrick Rose's career by playing him and his players, his teammates, ungodly minutes, not using his bench. So guess what happens when the body is fatigued? You're more susceptible to injuries. And that is what happened with Derrick Rose, and that is what happened to the Bulls. They ran into the ground, they get to the playoffs, and they have nothing left in the tank. Now we move to your New York Knicks. Same thing has happened to your Knicks. Ran him into the ground, didn't go to his bench, players were hurt, playing unnecessary minutes. So that is why you should dismiss this. And then the third thing is that your New York Knicks had decided to front run and attack a guy that had a Indiana Pacers jersey on, right? It might have been Steve Alford, or I don't know who it was. But so your Knicks fans, for whatever reason, threw garbage on this guy. And that's not acceptable, right? Now, if somebody had done that to a Knicks fan, you would have lost your shit. So those are the reasons why you absolutely should dismiss this case, and there's no reason for you to summon me to court. Okay, Judge Jungle Brother, here's my rebuttal to your flimsy New York Knicks.
That's right there, Dollar. Okay, we'll peel the onion back on what Dollar says. Okay, first thing Dollar said was, I got his name wrong. That Dollar, that your name is right. When I pulled your name up in the FBI database, that's what they spit out with. So when you register your name, that's how you did. You must have been drunk that day, Dollar. That's how your name came out. So don't tell me your name is wrong, Dollar, because if I got your name on there, that's your real name. So you might want to call immigration. You know what I'm saying? Tell them, you from Southern Canada, and they got your name spelled wrong. So you need to call them and get that taken care of. Number two, about an Indiana Pacers fan getting beat down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That got nothing to do with the Knicks fans. He was running his mouth. He was running his mouth, and he got served. You know what I'm saying? And then number two, here you are politicking for Tibbs. The Knicks is not your team. So you don't need to get in the minutia of trying to explain about Tibbs. Tibbs was a horrible coach. I can mention 12 coaches right now that could have got the Knicks to the conference finals. He did nothing. He did nothing. Going back to game 3, we up 30 points with 3 minutes left. He still got the starters in. He's a joke. Ask Chicago. Ask Minnesota. He's a horrible coach. And the only reason why the Knicks made it Eastern Conference Finals was because of personnel, because of talent. How many turnaround jump shots we see from Bridges? No creativity in the offense. No pick and rolls. It just dribble, shoot. If you're gonna make Brunson take all the shots, put a bruiser in, like PJ Tucker. Oh, since Brunson gonna take all the shots, what you need shooters for? What you need offensive player for? Brunson gonna take all the shots. Put a goon in there. Put somebody on their ass. Using 6 fouls. So Dollar says the people jungle repeating what I said. No, you said the Knicks was stupid for getting rid of Tibbs. So Dollar, I'm gonna go ahead and rule. I'm gonna find you in contempt, Dollar. I'm gonna find you in contempt, Dollar. I'm gonna find you guilty with malice, and I will email you your sentence at a later date because I want to throw the book at you, Dollar. I'm gonna throw the book at you, Dollar. And you lucky that I ain't hit you no RICO charge. So you guilty, Dollar. That's it, plain and simple. Ain't no need for me to bloviate anymore in your case, Dollar. You're guilty. So next up on the docket is DJ Mad Knox. Now, DJ Mad Knox, his first charge is in regards to the Blues Club. And his second charge is in contempt. It's a contempt charge. Okay. Now, if you could read this right here, okay, that right there is from the greatest. Okay. What I could not get in there was his claim for the Blues Club. Okay. Y'all cannot see it, but he got a claim in there for the Blues Club. If you don't remember, everybody, about 2 years ago, maybe 18 months ago. Okay, Dollar, I will get back to that as sentencing. I will go back and highlight that, Dollar. But I done moved on, Dollar, and you can send me another audio file if you want, Dollar, and I might play this during the after show tonight on TikTok. Anyway, I'm gonna stop looking at the chat. Dollar there throw it out. I'm gonna hold Dollar another content. Okay, so that right there, which I can't see, is the greatest talking about he owning the Blues Club. And yeah, I got the audio the greatest. And there's another, and this is part 2 of Crown Holders charges is in contempt. Because what you see right there, not happy with number 3, calling out that ninja, saying Chief Rocker should be hiding 6. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to politics for Chief Rocker crown holders when Chief Rocker never come to my shows. To be in the top 5 crown holder, you gotta find a way to come to my show or just say hi and bye. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to that ninja. You gotta find a way to say hi and bye. If Chief Rocker working right now, driving, it takes 1 second to pull over and say, yo, what's going on, Jungle Brother? Like the show, share the show, and go on the rest of his day. Everybody else does it. So that's why you in contempt, Crown Holder, for trying to get Chief ranked higher when Chief ain't doing all he should. Everybody work. People drive trucks. People do delivery jobs. I did a job today, and I still parked my ass down, sat down, and said, "What's up, Ryan and Joe Hamilton?" Then I went back doing my job. Everybody does it. So Chief is where he needs to be. And so Crown Holder, this Crown Holder charges, I'm gonna let Crown Holder explain himself. I'm gonna let Crown Holder explain himself why he's not guilty. He gonna address the Blues Club, and he gonna address his contempt charges. So let's give Crown Holder his habeas corpus, and let's get this thing going.
Hello, Judge Jungle. This is DJ Mad Knox, the Crown Holder. 1/3 again for Built for This Network LLC. This docket here is for a lawsuit, sort of say, of some guy from LA by the name of D Greatest from South Central. I'm guessing that's in LA. This guy is claiming to want to take part of ownership of the Blues Club, which was bought during the auction. During the auction show on Spreaker.com some years back, solely bought outright ownership to Built for This Network. We had a bidding war. Built for This Network won the bidding war. And it seemed like this guy always had a malice towards Built for This Network of receiving that ownership of the Blues Club. Now, yes, the Blues Club, since it's been under the ownership of Built for This Network, hasn't been running because we was in partake of a lot of transitional stages. We left Spreaker.com, made the transition from that to now doing live streaming, video streaming to other platforms, i.e. YouTube, Twitch, Mixcloud, and others. In the launch of everything, the Blues Club has remained in the tuck. Taxes has been paid on it though, as an intellectual property under the Built for This Network umbrella. So if it's a purchase of sale that this guy D Greatest wants, I'm willing to negotiate. But at the end of the day, the Blues Club will be up and launching, if not take. We have a website in development, which the Blues Club will be directly live streaming to the builtforthisradio.com website. So before that website is up and launching and the Blues Club is up and launching, if this guy D Greatest from South Central, I'm guessing that's from LA, wants to purchase the Blues Club, I am willing to negotiate along with my constituents. You feel what I'm saying? Of a price that he wants to purchase it for. But until then, in this particular court section here, this is not the proper stage for this type of lawsuit. It should be a court session based on property intellect. You feel what I'm saying? Or receiving property. This session right here doesn't have nothing to do with what he's trying to sue for. And I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to sue for, because it's just like any other show that he has. Nobody is putting the lawsuit out on that because that's his baby. You know what I mean? We haven't had a battle in almost 2 years, give and take. And nobody sat there and say they's gonna take or sue for, the hip hop battle or sue for the slow jam battle. Yeah, it's been talks and buzz, but nothing happens. But his excuse is a lot of work. So, right, if there's a lot of work doing that, it's going to be a lot of work into any other development, sir. You feel what I'm saying, Your Honor? So, at the end of the day got to end. And I want to take this to another court session to be redeemed and recounted for another date of, having a property intellect session again. Before that court comes up, it could be mediation if he wants to negotiate a price of purchasing the Blues Club. That's fine. But if not, the Blues Club shall remain under the license of Built for This Network LLC until its launch of the official website of builtforthisradio.com, and the Blues Club will be shown and displayed. Thank you and have a blessed day.
There's a lot to chew from, Crown Holder. That's a lot to chew from. He made some questionable statements. He made some real good statements. And he made some disparaging statements regarding this court. So there's a lot to chew on. So let's break them down. Let's break down what he said. And then he also requested, before I rule, he wanted a continuation so he could show, so he have like a little mediation where they could discuss parameters of whether the greatest insert lab track got the funds to even buy the Blues Club. Now I could do three things. I could either say I could award the Blues Club to the greatest, or like a foreclosure. I could agree with Crown Holder and make them and start negotiations for a proper sale. Or I could take it off between them two and give it back to Deacon Dale and 54 Bama. Or four, put it up for sales. I know Vince Wright got some big money. But Wright wanted the Blues Club. He been on the Blues Club. And I know he got Bitcoin more than, I ain't gonna say their name, but I know he got big, deep pockets for us. I can do that. I'm gonna chew on it. I'm gonna wait till the greatest disposition Crown Holder before I decide what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna move on with the docket. We're gonna put the Blues Club decision later on today. Okay. I'm not gonna offer continuance until we hear from the greatest. And he's coming up. He's he is the fifth person on the docket. He's the fifth, no, he's the sixth person on the docket. It shouldn't take that long. Now let's get to your contempt charges and how you gonna plead.
This is DJ Mad Knox, the crown holder, 1/3 of owner of Built for This Network LLC. And I'm here to drop this audio at this session of court to explain the countersuit of contempt charges that I, DJ Mad Knox, was allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly a lot in this audio, allegedly out of order of something based off the Judge Jungle's ruling. I'm gonna stand on them goddamn contempt charges. I'm gonna stand on it. Cause I don't like being bullied. I don't like being railroaded. I don't like for my team to be bullied or railroaded into something. It will be other suit charges will be filed, like putting a lien on certain property, making threats because certain people got bills to be paid. You know, I have all these audios in my disposal. So in the next Judge Jungle court session, I will be presenting that. But in the meantime, between time, with these allegedly contempt charges, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, I'm going to throw myself at the mercy of the court, stand on what I need to stand on 10 toes down. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take full-fledged responsibility of my charges, and it's cool. If I have to be the sacrificial lamb for me and my team, I will definitely be the Malcolm X, be the Martin Luther King, and all the other brothers who put it on the front line for they people and accept all charges, being what it may. So, y'all have a blessed one. Thank you, Your Honor. And it's for the strong, not the weak. Peace.
So that right there was Reverend DJ Mad Knox with his little sermon, insert laugh track, and saying all that he wanted to plead to the mercy of the court. And crown holder, I'm gonna go ahead and grant you your mercy. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I'm gonna do, crown holder. And this is pending. If you know who, show his ass up in night court Friday night, I will expunge your contempt charges, crown holder. If you know who, show his ass up and finish what he started on my night court coming up this Friday night, I will expunge your charges. But I'm tell you right now, crown holder, if he don't show up, right now, right now, Built for this network is the apple of my eye. The #1 ranked network. But tell you what, crown holder, if Chief Rocker blow night court off Friday night, he a grown ass man and he can do whatever he want, crown holder, DJ Mad Knox. But it's gonna make Built for the network drop down. Drop down. My little order course. Homestyle Music Group laying it down. End of the Bench laying it down. The Gulio laying it down. WBRP laying it down. They're gonna move up a notch. Cause ain't none of them blowing me off. All of them taking their charges, showing up in court, and not playing around on my court. Right now, Built for the network, ranked #1. And with that #1 ranking, you can fend off people trying to buy the Blues Club, whatever. But if you lose that 501cc protection, I don't know what to say, crown holder. So don't go ahead and put a pause on your contempt charges. See what happened Friday night. Now, I ain't trying to threaten you, crown holder. I ain't trying to through tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to do that. This is just how the court system works. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you have grace, you have benefit of doubt, because Built for the network is doing a lot for the community. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that one person and built for the network make y'all lose y'all rating. Because right now, y'all got AAA rating. Y'all go in any Zulu Cash Bank and get any loan. You know what I'm saying? You can buy anything. You know, if Ninja Theater come up for auction, insert laugh track. You know what I'm saying? If King Cole's University come up for auction, y'all got the credit to secure unsecured loan. You know what I'm saying? Insert laugh track. But let's move on to the next up on the docket. The next up on the docket is the editor bench owner, Brian H. Rap Williams. And let me show y'all what he's up against. What kind of charges he faced. Okay, that right there. If you look on the bottom, of that thumbnail, what do you see? Brian H. Rap Williams. Oh, let me get this ready. Okay. Brian H. Rap Williams. Stop right here. Don't scroll yet. So I get this thing set up. Okay. Brian H. Rap Williams used the End of the Bench podcast as a front to import black market baby oil. Now, this will be the first time in our Spreaker universe that someone has been charged of using their podcast to run a smuggling operation. So, y'all ain't been peeling the onion back. Y'all saw all that baby oil they confiscated from Puff Daddy house, right? But y'all ain't peeling the onion back. Y'all ain't doing McNulty on the wire. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't say, where that baby oil coming from? I had the best private investigators, and they went snooping around the courthouse, and they started hearing murmurs about End of the Bench. Everybody like, who the hell is End of the Bench? So they did a YouTube search, and they see End of the Bench all on YouTube. All on YouTube. All on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That End of the Bench, they got their own website. End of the Bench. You know what I'm saying? So no wonder H-Rap broke away from Bill for the network. He got him a plug. H-Rap got him a plug. I remember 2 years ago, I was like, H-Rap. I asked Crown Holding, I asked Chief. I was like, hey, yo, why y'all ain't doing shows with H-Rap? And neither one of them would give me an answer, you know. And H-Rap couldn't answer. Now we know why. H-Rap got him a plug. Okay, now on surface, he's charged with importing black market baby oil. I said, what is the black market baby oil? So one of my private investigators, they got their hand on the baby oil, and they did a test on the baby oil. Come to find out, the baby oil got cinnamon in it, so it gives you a tingling sensation when it gets down to the South Pole. When it gets down to the South Pole, the black market baby oil they actually breathe, and the baby oil got cinnamon, so it'll be a little spicy down there. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hear from H-Rap. Let's go ahead and hear from him because he sent me a disposition. You know, I had to let him know he was facing charges. So he sent me a disposition like everybody else did. And so let's hear what H-Rap got to say. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he gonna answer to these charges. Well, welcome everybody in the chat, man. I see you, man. I see people I ain't seen in here, so whoever's sharing the show, man, I thank y'all. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for coming in here, and whoever's sharing that show, I owe you one solid. So before I make a statement, let me explain how he was distributing the baby oil. Come to find out, he was using his Colt 45 trucks. Insert laughter. You know, A-Rap got a contract with Colt 45. He is related to Billy D. Williams. So he got a contract with Colt 45, and instead of having Colt 45 in those cans, you know what I'm saying? He got baby all up in there. He put baby all in the Colt 45 cans. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and hear from A-Rap and see what he got to say in regard to these charges.
I plead no comment. I invoke my Fifth Amendment rights. But what I will do is impose that the judge is impeached. All of his authority is eradicated under the Imperial Street Law Act 101. Snitches get stitches. In the event that Judge Jungle is ever seen within the boundaries of Cook County, he would need to go immediately to Cook County Hospital. Snitches will get stitches. No comment. I'm not even gonna say my name is Brian H. Rap B. Williams, so you won't be able to indict me. It's going down, sir.
Oh man! Not only A-Rap, you threatened a duly elected judge. You get your whole government name, and you got on your audio the position where you stay, and you gonna give me the county of records. All I do Cook County in Illinois, and get everything about you, A-Rap. Thanks for not me doing it for free. I had to hire my private detective to see what county you reside in. Cook County going to have all your information. I appreciate that, A-Rap. So A-Rap has pleaded the fifth. So when somebody pleads the fifth, the onus comes back on the court because he didn't say anything incriminating on record. Okay. Because I didn't read him his Miranda rights. And I ain't say, A-Rap, send me a disposition. And whatever you say on that disposition, can that use be held against? I did not read his Miranda rights this morning. So technically, I can't use his pleading the fifth testimony. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't reading Miranda rights. But he pretty much incriminated himself. Threaten a duly elected judge. That's a charge right there on its own. I don't got to bring up the baby oil. Insert lab track. You know what I'm saying? Cook County. No, yeah, Chuck. He said I will end up in Cook County Hospital. You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do with A-Rap, man? So I'm gonna have to continue. I don't have to continue this, and I had to show discovery of the baby oil in the Colt 45 can. If I could show discovery of if I get my hands on a can of Colt 45 with baby oil in it, then that right there will seal his RICO case. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna take A-Rap black market baby oil off the streets. You know what I'm saying? A-Rap comes on every day. End of the Bench podcast. You can find it on YouTube, and he got his own website, End of the Bench podcast. You know, if A-Rap is guilty, we might have to put something up for auction because he used it End of the Bench as a criminal organization. But when he pleaded the fifth on record, I gotta come up with more than just questions. So stay tuned. I might have on the next day court, I will have discovery on what we got against H-Rap. But for now, we're gonna move on to number 5 on the docket, and I believe that is DJ 2Q. DJ 2Q is back on the docket. I believe she was on the docket 2, maybe 3 court sessions ago. And maybe 2 or 3 court sessions ago. So let's get her. We the jury find A-Rap not guilty. And it's not up to the jury yet. There might be a bench. There might be. I might not put it to the jury. There might be a bench decision. Okay, DJ 2Q is on the docket for bullying, harassing Knicks fans. And here's one of them. I went over this weekend. I didn't even notice. Did nothing. I was enjoying Boss Lewis American Truck Simulator. He was playing the game, and I was watching him pick up his load, drive his load, deliver his load. Right out of nowhere, Queen Boss One, who's an alias and also known as DJ 2Q, she come DJ 2Q and AKA Thomaser Queen Boss in the chat. That's DJ 2Q. That's her. Out of nowhere, she gonna say, "So Jungle, how about them Knicks? Insert laugh track. Insert laugh track. How about them Knicks? Where did this come from? 2Q lives in Chicago land, right? Why is she coming at me about the Knicks out of nowhere? I already said the night before, I done moved on. The season is over. We done moved on. But no, I said 2Q. I have no comment on the Knicks. Our season over. Had she stopped right there, we wouldn't be here today. But no, she gonna start cracking insert laugh track jokes. She'll rip them off. You know what I'm saying? She was like BB Drake and on Friday. You know what I'm saying? She was knocking them off. Joke after joke after joke. Borderline harassing me. Now, I'm off duty. I'm not Jungle Brother. I'm not Judge Jungle. I am off duty. I've been off duty. And I come to DJ the Boss Lewis TikTok page to sit down and enjoy the video game. Not be harassed, bamboozled, ran them up by DJ 2Q, by Thomas Queen Boss, aka Queen Boss One. So before I rule on her, let me just go ahead and let her read her statement. She's in the truck right now, so she ain't have a chance to give an audio disposition. So I will read her disposition. I will read her disposition, and y'all can read along with me. This is her disposition. She said, Queen Boss One is DJ 2Q, also known as Queen Boss One, if it's charges, and would like them to be dropped for the following reasons below. The plaintiff have just lost a very important game and were in fact sensitive to said loss. 2, either defendant did what all New York Knicks fans would have done had they won. Wrong. 3, The accusations are harsh. The plaintiffs are aware. You win some, you lose some. And last but not least, the courts has a track record of bringing charges against any and everyone who are not New York Knicks fans. I'm asking the court to drop the charges against me. Now, first of all, she done told about 5 or 6 untruths. Let's peel back the onion. You know what I'm saying? Let's peel back the onion. The plaintiff had just lost a very important game and was, in fact, sensitive to said loss. No, that's not true. I moved on. And I came to DJ the Boss page on TikTok. I didn't say, Boss Lewis, did you see the game last night? We were not talking about the game. We were not talking about the next game. We were talking about the truck, how much you paid for the truck, how much you get paid for each load. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think about the Knicks until you came and T-boned me. Pause. And then number 2, she said the defendant did what all New York Knicks fans would have done had they won. That is false. That is false. When we blew out, when we swept Boston, did we come in here high stepping and celebrating? Did we throw a parade? No. When we swept Detroit, did we throw a parade? No. Did we come in here grandstanding and being all bombastic? No. We were meek as a jaybird. You barely knew the Knicks won. And number 3, the accusations are harsh. The players are aware you win something, you don't know. It's not that. You win some, you lose some. The Knicks got a history of championship. We don't have that mentality. You win some, we lose some. We used to winning everything. Win some, lose some. That's a defeatist attitude. And we don't abide by that. So you're wrong on that account. And last but not least, she said the courts had a track record of bringing charges against anyone and everyone who are not New York fans. Give me a name. If you make an accusation like that too, Q, where's the name? Give me a name of somebody who we railroaded because they wasn't a Knicks fan. Give me a name. I'm asking the court to drop the charges against me. No, I will not. No, I will not. You are found guilty, 2Q. You are found guilty. And you can't come within a 100-mile radius of a New York Knicks fan for a period of 7 days. You cannot bring up the Knicks around a Knicks fan for a period of 24 hours. And last but not least, you are banned from being in any contention for a DJ award for the next 6 months. So next time I do a JB award, and if I do a JB award within 6 months, DJ 2Q, you will not be able to be nominated. That's my ruling. We're going to take a break so I can update the bottom line and get y'all ready for the greatest Rico trial. And the greatest want to seize the Blues Club, and he said he got proof. So we're going to hear what the greatest has to say. So we will be back. That ninja. Since I was not able to get your disposition, here's what I could do. You can put your disposition in the chat, and I will start. And I will start your comment, and we'll read it after I get finished with the greatest. Okay? So if you want to put what you want to say in the chat, put it in the chat. Let me know in the chat, and I will highlight it, and I'll read your disposition on there. Or you got just ask for continuance, and we do it on the next day court. So let me know, everybody. I'll be right back. I gotta take care of some courtroom business. I'll be right back. that ninja, and answer to your question. And answer to your question, that ninja. I can't do anything on this device right here. And this device that I can reply to your message on. If I enter the screen, the rest of the show gonna be hard. The rest of the show gonna be horrible. So we might have to continue it, or you could break whatever you got to say down in 2 or 3 chats, and I'll highlight all of them. Like I'm about to highlight this clown text message, chat message right here. Now, first thing you never supposed to do is question the judge credentials. You know what I'm saying? First thing you should do is question my credentials. Because I know what I'm doing. I know the law. You know, Poetic, he has zero idea what is a RICO. If you're going to charge somebody with a RICO, you got to charge more than one person. Come on, man. That's right. Come on, man. Dollar, how the hell you going to put something down? You don't know what the hell you talking about. Plain and simple, P. Diddy's on trial right now. He's the only defendant, idiot. See, that's your problem, Dollar. You think you're the smartest one in the room, and you a dumbass. P. Diddy is the only defendant in a RICO trial. So that right there make you look stupid as hell, Dollar. What the hell you talking about? Don't come for me. Don't come for me. You better Google me. Since when have I ever done a show I ain't know what the fuck I was talking about? You could do a one-person RICO, idiot. I could say, H-Rap Brian Williams run a criminal organization. He is using end of the bench to be a front for smuggling black market baby. Oh, that is RICO. Get the clown off my stage. Jungle, if I put it in the chat, I'll have to break it up because I'm limited as far as how many characters they allow. Yeah, that ninja. Like I said, that ninja, we could go ahead and forward it to the next docket, because I got Mocha. She want her day in court regarding Texas Tide. I got her scheduled for the next thing. She was like, Jungle Brother, why I'm not on the docket with my Texas Tide case? Because you ain't provide no new evidence. She said, well, microwave my witness. I'm like, where's microwave disposition? Where's microwave testimony? What we doing here? All right, that ninja. Put in the chat and I'll highlight it, that ninja. Put it in the chat and I'll highlight it. And if somebody, if I don't see it, y'all remind me, so I'll go find it and start. All right, let's get back to the scheduled programming. Who we got up next? Oh, we got the great. We got this guy. We got the greatest. Now the greatest. He introduced this Friday night at night court, and I'll forward it to today's court, today court. And he wants me to rule on this, and he wants me to rule on the Blues Club. So I'm not going to go ahead and reread all this right here, but basically, I'm going to play his disposition, and then I'm going to rule on it. Mocha Bella says, don't worry, I will have Microwave my witness give his testimony. Okay, I might have Microwave do a breathalyzer as well. Insert lab track. So the greatest has blessed us with disposition. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Let me put it up. It's titled "The Gudio versus Built for the Network." He's trying to come after Built for the Network.
Here's the statement you asked me to read. Official statement. Legal action filed by Gudio Enterprise, D. Gradist from South Central. Gudio Enterprise, led by CEO D. Gradist from South Central, has officially filed a lawsuit against the current owners of the Blues Club, built for this network, BFTN. The lawsuit cites two primary claims of injustice and harm to the community. Unfair and biased auction process. Gudio Enterprise asserts that during the public auction for the Blues Club, despite having substantially greater funds and the intention to restore and operate the venue for public benefit, the club was awarded to BFTN under unfair and biased circumstances. Evidence suggests that personal affiliations and favoritism influenced the outcome, denying Gudio Enterprise a fair and just opportunity to acquire the property. Neglect and community harm. Since acquiring the Blues Club, BFTN has failed to reopen or utilize the venue for any public purpose. For 2 years, the building has remained closed, depriving longtime patrons and community members of a vital space historically used for therapeutic healing, cultural connection, and mental wellness. This neglect has contributed to widespread emotional and psychological distress among Blues Club supporters and the broader community. In response, Gudio Enterprise is seeking judicial intervention. They are requesting that the court revoke ownership of the Blues Club from BFTN and transfer it to Gudio Enterprise. The organization is committed to immediately restoring operations and reopening the club to serve its original purpose as a sanctuary for music, healing, and community resilience. Gudio Enterprise believes that reclaiming the Blues Club is not only a matter of justice but a necessary act of public service for the well-being of the community.
So the question comes down to
Here's the statement you
who,
asked.
who will serve the Blues Club right? The Gudio with its philanthropic community service, or Built for the Network who got contracts? They're working on a big Mall of America type blues club that'll be up there with Dolly World. You know, a big old grandiose event. You know what I'm saying? So it sounds like the greatest want to do blues club for the community, and in a sense, Mike Crowholder want to do blues club as a big old grandiose. What do you call that place in Nashville? Grand Ole Opry, you know, something like that. And Crown Holder, I would need to see blueprints of you having blues construction in the works. You got to show me your books, Crown Holder. I'm not asking for your books. I'm not the FCC. Excuse me. I'm not the SEC. Crown Holder. It's a tough decision. Should I go ahead and rule now and say throw the greatest out? Should I go ahead and rule against Built for the Network? I'm in the pickle right here, man. I'm in the pickle job. I'm in the pickle job, man. I'm gonna see if these two want to go at it toe to toe right now and air it out while we wait on that ninja's disposition. Uh, uh, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to see if they got time to come on here and answer some tough questions regarding the Blues Club. And I need before I rule on it, I want I want to hear from them again. You know, I want to hear from them again before I make my ruling. Now I put it in the chat. I put the show link for the greatest or crown holder in the chat. If y'all have time, y'all can come on here and I ask y'all maybe 1 or 2 questions. I know, crown. I said I was going to meditate on it, but the greatest said something. The greatest said something that piqued my interest. He said something about the community, and I'm not sure if you mentioned anything about the community. You said you building a big old grandiose structure. You know what I'm saying? I got 1 or 2 questions for y'all. What are you objecting for, boss? What are you objecting for, Queen boss? You know, give me details on what you're objecting to. I know you're not objecting to your guilty verdict. That ship already sailed, boss Lewis. I mean, Queen boss. That ship already sailed. What are you objecting to? Well, it look like Crown Holder don't want to come on here. Look like Crown Holder don't want to come on here. Oh, there he is. Crown Holder,
Yo,
what's going on?
real quick, because I'm getting ready for work. I just wanted to let you know, the great want to do it for the community. I want to do it for our people, black people, back in the Harlem Renaissance era. Black when we had our own cornerstone, our own juke joint, where you could get dressed up and go out and have fun. You know what I mean? You seen Harlem Nights. You seen how Sugar Ray had the place popping. You feel what I'm saying? Come on now. And we putting it on a world wide web. So it ain't no such thing as it's just gonna be for a community. A community is just a square radius. We going worldwide with this day. You know what I mean? Anybody from anywhere could come in our structure, a world wide web on builtforthisradio.com and go in there and have fun. And we got a premier Chicago DJ who's willing to spin it. You
I
feel what
like
I'm saying?
I
A
like that.
premier Chicago DJ who has knowledge, who's been hired already, who's ready to go, already get ready to be on a payroll, you know what I mean? To spin that music.
I like what I'm
So
hearing, Crown Holder. I think I might be ready to rule. I think I might be ready to rule.
thank you, sir.
I think I might be ready to rule. So if I don't hear from the greatest, I think I might be ready to rule.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna
Thank you,
hold up
sir.
too much of your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, that ninja. I got one of yours. The accuser has only second. That's one. Do you got another? Do you got another one in here? Okay, I want to see one. All right, that ninja. I got one. Yeah, I think I might be ready to rule. The Grays don't have time to come on here and make his case for the Blues Club again. I think I might be ready to rule. Because what Crown Holder said, okay, I see another one of that ninjas. Let me go ahead and start that. Okay, I got both of them started, that ninja. So you good. We got the great. What's going on, the great?
How you doing, sir? Can you hear me?
No fine. So how you doing today?
I'm all right, man. Hanging in there. I just heard. Oh, first I'm gonna let you speak before I speak.
No, go ahead. Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, I just heard the crown holder pull out his violins, and he really tried to talk up a good game, and he really tried to sell what he was trying to sell by saying the World Wide Web, Roku, Roku, from how Chief Rocker says it. Insert laugh track, sir. Uh, but we heard that 2 years ago. We had the Blues Club with Deacon Dale and 334 on a Saturday, a chill Saturday, and they had numbers. They had people coming from all over our community enjoying themselves, having a good time on a Saturday. After they cleaned their house and did what they had to do, they go to the Blues Club and just let their hair down and have fun. We had Club Oasis off in there. We had a good community of people just enjoying themselves on a Saturday. Nothing was going on a Saturday, right? Right, Judge? Because I seen you in there, Judge. Judge, I seen you in there. Saturday was chill. We was playing spades. We was playing cards. We was doing a whole lot of stuff on a Saturday. Now that's 2 years ago. We have nothing going on. Nothing. But these guys, want to come on and just roadblocking good entertainment. He's a good seller. He's a good con artist too. He sells the game like everything is going to be all good, but for 2 years we've been waiting. He tried to say, "Oh, we shift from different platform, but they still got the money and the ability to be on the World Wide Web, to have all these
He's
other shows
developing.
going."
He's
Hold up.
developing.
I'm
It's
speaking,
been
sir. I'm
developing.
speaking, sir.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
Judge,
Go ahead. Go
Judge,
ahead.
Judge. I need you to get in control of this guy
You out
right
of
here,
order.
guy.
Let him talk. I want to pot you
Get,
down, sir.
yeah, tell him to watch his tone too, Judge. He need to change his tone too, Judge. All right. So ever since the Blues Club has been wrongly purchased by this guy's group of people,
Wrongly purchased.
we don't even come together no more. That was the only time you get all the networks in one building, and we would just kumbaya, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody, Underground Railroad, uh, WBRP, all these networks was coming from everywhere. Now we don't even know where these people at because they broke it up. They broke it up right when Deacon Dale and 334 was about to put it back together. He broke them up. That's a lot of stress and depression and mental damage this guy and his group did. It's just like Donald Trump buying property in the community and don't even build buildings for people to live in. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Come on. And then at that time it was bias giving it to them because of maybe some blackmail or some other kind of things that was going on. You know what I mean? We had the money, we had the rights to buy that, and then we was wrongly done in that court session, man. You know what I mean? So that's all I got to say for right now. You can let
My
this guy
question for
talk.
you, DeGray. My question for you, DeGray. If you get awarded the Blues Club, right? I got two questions. One of them is, if you get awarded the Blues Club, how soon can you be up and running with a Blues Club show, and who will be the DJ?
Trust me, it will not be 2 years, sir. It'll be up as quick as possible that I can get it rolling, and either I can DJ it or I can bring back Deacon Dale and 334 to continue what they was doing for the community.
I like that. I like Deacon Dale and 334 coming back. I like that. Number two, if I put it up for sale, with Crown Holding to get all his money back, plus appreciation, would you be able to come up with the funds?
Put it up for sale. See, I heard this guy earlier. If he wants to buy it, see, he has no interest even using the club. He's trying to double. He's just like a dope dealer. He's trying to double the profit and trying to, and just use it for his worldwide network or whatever they do over there on that side of town. You know what I mean? So I think it should just be granted to us, just how the Green Bay Packers community is the owner. The community should own the Blues Club, and I could be part of helping the community run that. Facts.
Let me bring Crown Holder in. Let me unmute him.
Yeah, let this guy talk.
All right, Crown Holder, the floor is yours, sir.
This
First
guy.
of all, this guy has a name, sir. I will not be disrespected by any buster from the other side of the
Oh,
wall.
whoa, whoa,
You get
whoa,
what
whoa,
I'm saying?
whoa,
That's
whoa, whoa,
just not
whoa,
gonna
whoa,
happen.
Judge, Judge, whoa,
You
whoa,
feel what I'm
Judge,
saying?
whoa,
Second
whoa,
of
whoa,
all,
whoa.
no, let me talk, sir, because I let you talk. Now let me talk. Second of all, how you gonna send little subliminal shots at the judge and saying that, oh, they was granted, oh, you got railroaded, oh, because the judge was the one that was the auctioneer. He was the one putting the bid in. We literally had to text, and if you remember speaker.com, it wasn't like this. You had to literally type in your chat. So when he seen the
We
chat,
need
he
receipts, sir.
granted us,
We need receipts, sir.
and he set a time limit on whoever else wanted to bid higher. You feel what I'm saying? X Squad had a game plan on that whole thing. I already know. I peeped it. Every time I was bidding, y'all would bid higher. I would bid higher. Y'all would bid higher. And if you remember the stakes, the higher we bid it, that's how many weeks that was being held. Judge, right or wrong? Because you made the rules, right or wrong. So when I served my time on them weeks, you granted me outright the whole Blues Club. Okay, this guy right here don't even play on Saturdays. When is the last Saturday you heard this guy play? He's a Sunday and Wednesday guy. Maybe Friday. Maybe Friday. It all depends. So he can't really consist you with a schedule, and he don't even have a consistent schedule of his own. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's give and take. It's give and take. So at the end of the day, I could promise you that based on how we building now, our website is in development. You feel what I'm saying? The Blues Club will be up and running. And 334 and Dale, whoever want to come in and run and do whatever they want to do, my platform is always open. It's always open. But they can't depend on this guy, because guess what? This guy might be ripping and running on a Saturday. The guy do 3,600 of record spinning. Who does that? 3,600. You teasing the folks. You feel what I'm saying?
Judge,
Of
Judge,
3,600.
what, Judge? That
You
has
know what
nothing
I
to
mean?
do with anything. That
Yes,
has
it
nothing to
does.
do with
Because
anything.
you just said you can DJ it if you need to. So what we gonna do? You gonna kumbaya and get everybody in the Blues Club for 3,600 seconds?
Two
No,
different
you can
Come
do
on
programs,
it.
sir.
now. They
Two
don't
different
need,
programs.
it
Two
take
different
about
programs, sir.
3,600. It
Two
take
different
about
programs.
9,600 to get dressed. You know what I mean? So, Judge, listen, I'm gonna leave it in the hands of you. All I'm saying is he was throwing shots at you, saying how he feel like he got railroaded.
I
You
object.
feel what I'm saying? I don't
I
think you
object.
should take that lightly. You feel what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I leave it up to you, sir.
Overruled debate.
Judge,
Overruled. Crown Holder making very good points.
Judge,
Um,
one of the points, Judge, excuse me, Judge, not to cut you off, Judge. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. He
yeah,
said 30, I do 3,600 shows, but he's the main one. Says my 3,600 shows last for 5 hours. Make it make sense, sir. Make it make sense. But that has nothing to do how he promised all this stuff 2 years ago, Judge. Judge, come on, my nigga, for real.
I think Crown Holder froze up. The great, both of y'all
Cause,
make
cause
very good points.
he froze up because that's it's fake. You're not even
I was
looking at the
never
real
fake,
crown
sir.
holder. We're not
Do
even
you
looking at the
have
real
proof that
crown
I
holder.
said that? Do you have proof that I said about the 3600? Do you have proof
I got it on tape, sir. It's
on tape?
recorded.
Where?
It's
Okay,
recorded in my
put
files.
evidence then.
But that has nothing to do with
Oh,
what the community
but you
needs.
just but don't make a statement then if you can't prove it.
Hey, Judge, get control of your guy right here, sir.
Hey, hey, tell you
See?
what, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. You make the decision, but it's not gonna be
Hold up,
today.
Judge. Can I throw something on the table, Judge? Before
Go ahead.
this is what I propose, and now we can settle it just like this. When we have our battle, the tribe battle, the winner of the tribe battle gets the Blues Club.
I'm not
Right,
agreeing
that's
to
it
that.
right there. That's it right
I'm
there.
not
Winner
agreeing.
takes all.
No, I'm not
That's it
agreeing
right
to
there.
that. I'm not agreeing to
That's
that.
it
Look
I'm
right
at
not
there.
him.
signing off to
You don't
that.
like that crown holder?
No,
You don't
I'm
like that
not
crown
signing.
holder?
I'm not signing off to that.
Why
No.
not?
If you want to keep it hip hop, if you want the Blues Club so bad, then delinquish hip hop battle over to me. Solely owner.
No, no,
Okay.
that was none of my
You
none.
hey, you
No,
I'm
no,
already 50% of that. I'm already 50% of that. Give me your 50% share if you want the
no,
Blues Club so bad.
no, no.
Okay.
That's not happening.
Then I'm not
That's
agreeing
not
to that
happening.
battle of the tribe then.
And you
How
only
you doing?
and you only 35%, sir.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
It's a
It's
whole nother.
50 because I came
That's a
with the
whole.
idea to you, sir. You
A
was not
whole.
trying to do that. Stop.
You're right, sir. You're right. I give you that.
All right, so I'll make a ruling, and I tell you what, this is gonna be a shameless plug, but I'm gonna make my ruling Friday night on my night court. Y'all be the first one on the docket, and then I'll rule. And the ruling might have legs on it, you know what I'm saying? But I'll rule Friday night during night court. So y'all stay tuned
Judge,
in Friday night
I, I-
for my ruling.
Judge, I
Okay,
really
cool.
need you to, Judge, I really need you to think about, you know, think about the community, think about the mental illness that the community has been suffering because the blues music brings good feeling to your soul. So for 2 years, going on 3 years now, the community has been hurting because we have no blues entertainment on our Saturday. You know what I mean? I need
I
you to
think
think
that's
about the
true.
people. I really need to think about the people, and I really need you to think about the tribe battle. Like that could be an easy way to settle some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
but I need his signature.
or or if we really want to get funky with it, we can bring back the hip hop battle, and he can meet me in the middle of the stage. I'm out.
I could beat you in the back of the stage. You just try to drop the mic and everything like he hard. You ain't even about that life. You done retired, old man. Sit your ass down.
Oh man, hey, Crown Holder. Hey, he had a good point though, man. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for me to rule against him if he got Deacon Dale and 334 posted up with him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So
and see that could be hearsay, sir.
true,
That could be a 406. Okay,
true,
that's hearsay. You don't have confirmation from 334 or Deacon Dale to say they are coming back.
true that. So I'm gonna
So
think about it.
until you get actual proof of that, then that's really hearsay.
True that.
And if you talking about the community, if he's talking about the community, think about our community plus more people who could come in our World Wide Web, our cornerstone that have fun on that Saturday. I already got a DJ on deck who's willing to commit every Saturday. See, he's gonna be a sometime Saturday person. I got a person who's willing to do it every Saturday.
True, true. It's gonna be
Come
tough,
on.
man. It's gonna be tough, man. I might have to bring in another justice to help me rule. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough.
But
Um,
I will leave you to think about this, and hopefully Friday night you come into a great decision, Your Honor.
all right, man. All right.
All right, thank
All right.
you.
Be safe out there, crown holder.
All right.
Thanks for coming on here. Peace. All right, everybody. That was crown holder. That was crown holder, and that was crown holder. And next up, we got that ninja, and I believe I got both of that ninja disposition. So let's get going. Let's get on that ninja, and let me catch everybody up to date with that ninja's complaint. With his charges. Let me see where I had that ninja at. Okay, here we go. That ninja charges. He made inflammatory remarks regarding his annual show on religion. So in a nutshell, that ninja's on trial for heathen activity. What's up, Big Mo? Big Mo, I'm gonna find a way to get you on the docket one day. I'm sending my investigators to look up Tiger Park and see what y'all got going on, sir. Anyway, that ninja made inflammatory remarks regarding his annual show on religion. Quoting non-antagonist Happy Dude from Tampa, insert lab trap. Agent who's banned from 3 networks. You know what I'm saying? And that ninja lawyer came to speak on his behalf. So let's hear what the lawyer got to say one more time. Let's hear what the lawyer got to say one more time before we go further with reading that ninja's lawyer's disposition.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Todd Masterson for the defense of that ninja, representing the law firm of Masterson, White and Wright. We intend to not only prove, but show that the prosecution maliciously went after that ninja with frivolous charges when he was simply expressing his First Amendment rights. Should a man be taken to task for wanting to have a conversation? Should a man be held in a court of law because he has opinions? I know everyone here has opinions. How would you like it if you were in my client's seat? I will show that there is no basis for these charges, and afterwards we will be countersuing. I thank you for your time, and during the course of the trial, we will prove our case. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, and thank you, Judge Jungle.
So when he
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Todd Masterson for the defense of that
ninja.
When
he said he was going to
representing the law firm of Masterson, White and
When
Wright.
he said he was going to countersue.
We intend to not only prove, but show that
I continue this today court. He put that on Friday night, and I sent it to day court. Just like I'm going to rule on Built for the Network and the Gudio Friday, before Mocha Bellas and Chief Rockers, Yellow Rain trial. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Insert lab track, the Yellow Rain trial. That's what we're gonna call it. Between Mocha Bella and Chief Rocker, we're gonna call it the Yellow Rain trial. Somebody write that down for me. And okay. So that ninja said he's gonna have more evidence to say how innocent he was, because he is being charged with being a heathen. He's being charged with making a mockery of religion, playing a song. Won't he do it? You know, the laugh tracks after laugh tracks regarding religion, making us Christians look like a fool. He has done that time and time and time again every year. Every year. So it's up to me, Judge Jungle, to rein that ninja's heathenism in. Somebody got to take a stand. Reverend Raider, aka Raider for Life, not going to rein them in. Sidney Action Jackson, known Christian, not going to rein them in. Shelly Q, excuse me, also known as Shelly G, she ain't going to rein them in. She going to let that nigga do whatever. Jungle Brother is the only one trying to put a stop to this. But I get the man his day in court. Cause this annual heathen show must stop. It must stop. So let's go to the comments. Let's do it for disposition. Let me find it. Okay, he rests his case. Not only should here we go. Okay, let's read his disposition. We'll break this down. The accuser has only secondhand information. The accuser has only secondhand information, being that they have not attended the annual show on religion in 9 years. I submit that there is insufficient evidence. I've seen enough. I've seen enough, that ninja. I went to one show. You ran me off that show, that ninja. Have you forgot that? Have you forgot that ninja? You ran me off that heathen show. Have you forgot that ninja? Have you forgot that ninja? You ran me off that one show. I'm trying to find that ninja's last comment. Here we go. Let me start that. He brought up only been to one show. What a peel of onion back on that one show, that ninja. Let's peel an onion back on that one show, that ninja. You want to do that? Let's peel an onion back on that one show. Everybody, 9 years ago, in 2016, I was a real cast ranger. That ninja, real cast ranger, still is a real cast ranger. Me and that ninja used to talk on the phone every day. Every day. We did big time skits together. 25,000 pyramids. And you want to know what happened between me and that ninja? That heathen show he did. That first day. That right there was a schism between me and that ninja. He made a mockery of religion. I showed up. Yeah, I did. Then that ninja kicked me off. He wouldn't read my chat. Wouldn't read my chat. He kept saying, Jungle Brother, you saying the same thing. Jungle Brother, you saying the same thing. I'm not going to read that. He said, I'm not going to read that. It laughed me off. He brought Clay Davis. When Christians have something wrong, why do they do it? And so I'm not coming. I refuse to come back. I was bewildered. I was bewildered. I was bewildered. DJ Chuck, Crown Holder already answered that. He said, whatever happened to T-Man doing the Blues Club? Crown Holder already said he's posting up, DJ Chuck. Where was you at? That ninja said, not only should the case be dismissed, but I ask that the charges of prosecutorial misconduct be brought against the judge for frivolous charges and wasting the people's time. This is not a waste of time. This is not a waste of time. This is an injunction. This is an injunction. This show must stop. You must stop annually making a mockery of religion, that ninja. I will send you the link, that ninja, no problem. I have no problem sending you the link. I have no problem sending you the link. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, the link is in the chat room. The link is in the chat room, that ninja. That ninja also said these charges should also be dismissed due to insufficient evidence because the accuser has not attended these events. In the future, these charges should be verified before wasting the court's time. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. That nigga says, I rest my case. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. He also said, I've had a pastor on the show 3 times, co-hosting, sir. Who you talking about, Reverend? You talking about Reverend Raider? That fried top? Insert laugh track. Reverend Raider, who agree with everything you say? Talking about that Reverend Raider? That ninja, you got the floor, sir. How you doing today?
I'm great, sir. How's it going, man? How's it going?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great, man.
My little holder for my phone broke, so I have it sitting down. So I just killed the camera because I'm not gonna hold the phone while I'm driving. But sir, can we first address? Can you please repeat the first set of charges? What am I accused of? Did you say making a mockery of religion on a yearly basis? Is that what you said?
On an annual basis, yes, sir.
Sir, I submit to you that not only am I not making, you know what? I'll throw you what do they say? I'll offer an olive branch. The first 2 years, maybe 3, I'll admit the conversation was one-sided. It was never a mockery. It was definitely a one-sided conversation because people like you wouldn't come to the show, sir. You wouldn't come to the show and represent for Team Halo. If you would have showed up as people have showed up over the last 6 or so years, the conversation has been elevated, it's been informative, it's been funny. And it's Fastly, outside of doing a show with TSA, probably my favorite show. You said I ran you off of that show, sir. That's a lie. You ran away, sir. You are back. Sir, you're supposed to be your brother. Sir, how can you be your brother? Sir, what was that, sir?
I would put a rebuttal in the chat. You wouldn't read it, that nigga. You kept saying I kept repeating myself.
No, you didn't put a rebuttal, sir. You did not put a rebuttal. You got upset. You did give me one of the funniest moments in Spreaker history, though, man. I cried laughing. You weren't laughing, but it was hysterical to me.
I bet you did.
I
was in so much pain. I cried too. I lost that business. It was that day when I lost that business.
Hey man, bro, you missed out on a really good show. So okay, sir. So you're telling me I'm making a mockery of religion, but yet and still for 5 years, 5 of these shows, I've had a co-host that was representing for Team Halo, and we had absolutely no friction. Just a good conversation. How do you explain that, sir?
Now, before I go on, let me explain. When I say a mockery, that's in my opinion. Yeah, you say I'm just playing radio, but you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
Don't take that personally.
I got you, but no, I'm not. But what is it? Somebody always says this in the chat. When one or more gather in my name, I am there. Something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing. So if I'm doing this show, regardless of my intent, and people are gathering and we're having that conversation, on some level, am I not doing the Lord's work? Hey, you like that, don't you?
How you doing, Lord's work? You making a clown. And then you got Tampa saying some real foul stuff. You don't check him. It's like I can't do it.
But, dude, I allow all chat. I don't censor anybody.
The man sit right there and call Christians a dumbass, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he didn't. But wait a minute. Hold on, Jungle. See, Jungle, this is where confusion happens. You threw in basically. You said basically because you making up shit.
Right. Hey, I threw butt on it.
I'm not saying the joke. Now, if you want to talk about some actual jokes he told, because he said, I believe that Reverend Rader said that Jesus was the manifestation of God in the physical form. So ABM, or rather Happy Dude from Tampa, simply asked, was God in cloud or gas form?
See, now you know if I was in Tampa,
He just asked if he was in cloud. He just asked if he was in cloud. That's all. He was saying he was a physical manifestation, and if you believe in spirits, then essentially a spirit is kind of cloudy, a little gas-like. You know what I'm saying? So really and truly, it's not really a joke necessarily. Not necessarily, but I do submit, sir, that your lack of participation and not seeing what the show has evolved into. I think if you see what the show has evolved into, you would feel differently. The show has evolved, sir. Your audio is a little low.
Yeah, I just got a phone call, and it probably just messed up the whole show. Buttercup just called me. Am I still sounding bad?
No, you're good now. Just for a second, your voice is kind of muffled. It was probably during the phone call.
All right, now, Dad Ninja, let me say something. And
yes, sir.
Here's why I got something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you was real tight. We used to talk every day, right? And we used to strategize and whatnot. And then we didn't, right? And one of the reasons because it had to do with Tampa. I think if you just do that show by yourself and say Sid Jack, Sluggo, everybody was in there, was in the chat room, I could deal with them. Okay? But then when you got Happy Dude and Tampa in there saying some real foul stuff, I can't take that. So the real problem is not with you, not with the show premise. It's some of the people that come in the chat I have a problem with.
That's kind of everybody in the chat, though. During the course of the show, there's a lot of humor. A lot of humor happens. A lot of humor happens during.
That made me. Struggle never made me say anything that's.
Can you give me an example of? Can you give me an example of something that's like? Man, you got to be kidding me. Something that's like out of line, as far as like off limits and or out of line in your opinion, as far as a comment. Can you give me an example?
I had to think it up, but what, that little joke you just said, that could qualify. You know what I'm saying? But I would have to see how
Well,
I can see the premise. I would have to see the premise and the what's the name about it. You know what I'm saying? But
the premise was talking about God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, and the confusion that some people feel towards the Holy Trinity, and actually, is it blasphemy if you're worshiping somebody other than God? And when Reverend Raider came at that particular question, he spoke about how he broke down each entity and said that Jesus was simply the physical manifestation. So from that's where that question came from. Now I'll say to you what he said what he said to me when I asked that question. Do you believe in well, you gotta be kidding me. Do you believe in spirits? Okay, rather not spirits. Do you believe that people have a soul? That's actually what I'm gonna say. Do you believe that people have a soul?
Yes, I believe that.
Excuse me. So if people have a soul, they're essentially that's essentially, what I'm saying, what a spirit or whatever would be. So that's really what the comparison was. So when asking that, although it was kind of comical, it kind of makes sense if you stop and think about it. Because if you believe in a soul, then you kind of believe that, you know what I'm saying, that, energy isn't lost. It's just, transferred from one place to the next. So that individual essentially, his spirit form keeps on moving. So, it kind of makes sense when you really stop and think about it. But overall, man, a good conversation. I do submit, though, that, sir, without you actually attending and seeing what the show is evolved into, you kind of you're doing this charge without sufficient evidence, sir. You're witch hunting. You know how they say you can indict a ham sandwich? You're indicting a ham sandwich right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
In my humble opinion.
Pretty much. Are you willing to are you willing to do a plea deal, sir?
I don't know about a plea deal. Also, sir, that wasn't the main reason conversations fell off. That wasn't the main reason conversations fell off. Now, maybe on your end, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't aware of that. Maybe on your end, but that's not really what it was. Good Lord, what am I looking at?
Well, it has Happy Dude has something to do with it. The show has something to do with it. It was like me and you solid everywhere else, but I can't explain the religion part. And some of the politics came in between us. You know what I'm saying?
See, now right there, you probably don't even want to go there, sir. It wasn't really politics. What I said was it's unintelligent to not have a conversation. Y'all didn't really want to talk about politics. Y'all wanted to say, this is what it is. This is what it is. And y'all didn't want to. I was simply asking questions. Oh, we're going to keep getting the same thing. I was talking about the lack of conversation. I don't think that we didn't disagree politically. I just felt like it's okay to talk about the flaws and the good. That's all. I don't think we disagree for real.
Okay, put it this way. It's hard for me to go to your show with somebody in your chat room, and you know who I'm talking about, talking shit about Kamala 24/7, talking shit about Democrats 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I just can't sit there and compete with that every show. You know what I'm saying? I come to your show to hear a militant view regarding our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? But I can't sit with hearing Barack Obama ain't do this, Kamala Harris ain't do that. I like everybody to tell their own opinion, but I don't got time to hear that, man. I want to talk about this black quarterback getting railroaded. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna focus on that.
Well, I talk about that as well, but again, like the way you worded it is kind of misleading. Do I not talk about both parties? Because you're saying it like I'm just.
There's people in your chat room that I got a problem with. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I cannot see that. If I come to do your show, I gotta sit there and look at the whole show. Unless I just put you on audio. You know what I'm saying? And I missed some good chat from Sid Jack, Sluggo, and a few others. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is one of the reasons. Was that dude right there.
Varying opinions, sir. Varying opinions. That's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. What was that, sir?
I said we probably won't agree on it, but but saying all that, we still had that ninja. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
for
you
sure.
still doing
For sure.
show. You want to tell everybody your show and where you at, how they can reach you?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the flyer. I'm still rolling. Generally, well, not generally. On Mondays, 5 Central. I'm on Twitch, also YouTube, and on Facebook. But if I go longer than 2 hours, you won't be able to pull up the old show on Twitch. You'll have to find it on YouTube. Now, I haven't done a show this week. My baby girl had she had a procedure, so I've been busy. So I'm not going to get to it today either because I'm still going to go kind of deal with her. So I can't tell you when I'll be back on this week. It might be tomorrow, depending on how baby girl feeling. But hey, Jungle, I did want to say that. What was I going to say, dude? God damn it! Before we had just said that, man, I was going to say something concerning the show. Shit. Don't worry about it. It slipped my mind. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. What I was going to say is that, sir, that would be like me not wanting to listen to your show because I disagree with the opinions of somebody in the chat room. And I can tell you now that in your show with the variation of people in it, there's probably going to be somebody in there whose opinion I don't care for. But do I leave the show for that?
I know.
There's always going to be something. That's something every black show that's on right now got some moist shit in it. I can either not watch anything or I have to deal with the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just, they always throw some bullshit in the show you like. You know what I'm saying? You can either watch that shit or not watch anything because they pretty much corrupted everything at this point.
True.
I got to go. Hey, man, but great show. Like the format, like the participation. Just wanted to voice my opinion on these false allegations, sir. Hey, please don't waste any more tax dollars. There are people that really need to be prosecuted and brought up on charges. And while you're coming after somebody like me, they're running the streets free, causing chaos. Sir. I need you to get on your job and go after real criminals.
That ninja. I disagree, sir. What you're doing is borderline RICO. You know what I'm saying? You doing some Billy Graham type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's boy, you talk about throwing some butter on it. You talk about tossing some butter on it, sir.
You throw some tanny. What's up, boy name? Faye Baker. What
are you talking about homie? I have sinned against you. I remember when homie got caught and he kept being on there crying and shit.
Yeah,
man, I remember being a kid watching that, crying, laughing because homie was super red, like he was truly a redneck.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'll even throw you another. I'll extend another olive branch. Now, if you go with my opening, like if you had listened, my opening skits. Now, if you want to call my opening skits a mockery on religion, that's not true either. But it's a better argument. The show itself is a nice combo. Now, my opening skit, when I'm going out of my way to be funny, and I'm making a point, but I'm doing it while telling jokes, maybe that. But I will say this, man, I wish you had listened because I've done some really clever opening skits. Like this past year, that was just okay. But previously, I've done some clever shit, man. You need to go back and at least listen to the opening skit.
That ninja, I would say more of your shows if you send me text messages again. You don't send me. I think you might be sending your text message alerts to a group that I'm no longer in. You know what I'm saying? So
now recently I started. Oh, okay. So recently I started sending you. I think recently I started sending it to you individually, but I got you. Well, what is going on with the hypes around here? I appreciate you, Jungle Man. I ain't gonna hold you up, but
okay, man. I'm about to
nice concept. Nice. Hey, sir. Rule favorably, sir. And honestly, I think it probably would be better if an impartial judge was a part of this because I think it's pretty safe to say that you're kind of biased. But you know, we'll deal with that on the appeal if necessary. If necessary, we'll deal with that on the appeal.
We'll do. All right. Good talk to you, sir.
Hey, you, sir. Hey, you as well. One more thing. Hey, great show. you always are able to run these type of shows, you know what I'm saying, and get people in here. You know, just when the greatest and homie were going at it, West Coast and East Coast, that shit was hysterical. Cause homie got the thickest New York accent on Spreaker, man. That shit was funny
He
as hell.
do, though.
But keep it up,
He
man.
do. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, if I didn't know, I would know that nigga was from New York if I didn't already know.
Yeah, that DJ Bad Doc. That DJ
For sure.
Bad Doc,
For sure.
man. Hey, appreciate that ninja, man.
I'm sure, man. Busy, bro.
He also do a 5 podcast, man. Theory of the Culture, man. I'll send you an alert one day when he on. You might need to check it out, man. He real up on hip hop. He a big hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? His partner just passed away. Rest in peace, Cheers Roundtree. But next time he do a Theory of the Culture, I'll send you the alert, man. He know what he's talking about when it comes to hip hop.
Okay, for sure. Do that, man.
All right.
All right, bro. Busy.
All right, you too, man. Hey. Everybody, that is the great Dat Ninja. You know what I'm saying? That is the great Dat Ninja. Give me a second. All right, everybody, that's gonna wrap up the show. I got to call Buttercup, see what she want. Like I said, when I close out, you know what I'm saying, and start the outro music, don't go nowhere because I'm gonna be highlighting the chat. Today I couldn't get a lot of chat, you know what I'm saying? But I try to get as much as I could, you know what I'm saying? I tried to get as much as I could, so y'all can be able to see. But yeah, I'm gonna play about 5 to 10 minutes of nothing but chat, and I'm not only doing it for y'all, but for the people who watch the replay. What you put in the chat right now is not gonna be available on YouTube, but when they watch it, everything I highlight gonna be visible on the replay. You know, so you have not already. If you have not done it already, like the show and share the show. And I learned one thing from H-Rap. He made a very good point. If a day from now or 2 days from now, if you see my show come up on your recommended list, you know what I'm saying, click on that show, click on my show, even though you already watched it, and leave a comment. That will activate a big time algorithm and will help my show. Thank you for the 5 people who followed me in the last week. I really appreciate that. I'm at 105 right now. It seemed like yesterday I was at 40. So I appreciate every one of y'all. But if you haven't done it already, like the show and share the show, and make sure you click on that notification bell. When you hit subscribe again, and it will and move the little, take your little thumb, or take a little arrow to all. You will get all my notifications. So that means if you forget I'm doing the show, it's gonna be on your recommended page. It will be on your recommended page, and if you as soon as you turn on YouTube, you're gonna see my beautiful face right there. Okay. Thank you for all the participants. Hold on, man. This might mess up the show. I gotta take Buttercup phone call. Hey, if you can hear me, put a thumbs up. If you can hear me, put a thumbs up. That might mess up my audio. All right, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. One love, everybody, and y'all have a great day. Thanks, Poe. Y'all have a great day. Peace, man. One love.